Welcome to today's video, where we'll be exploring the latest studies on low-carb diets for weight loss. If you've been curious about the science behind this popular weight loss approach, we've got you covered. We'll dive into the most recent research findings, discuss the benefits and potential drawbacks of low-carb diets, and offer insights into how these groundbreaking studies can help you optimize your weight loss journey. Stay tuned as we uncover the cutting-edge discoveries that are shaping the future of low-carb diets for weight loss. What is a low-carb diet? For starters, know that what's low in carbohydrates for one person isn't for another. There's no medical definition of what low-carb is. Basically, it's reducing the number of carbs you eat from your norm. In general, however, a low-carb diet may include 50 to 100 grams of carbohydrates per day. Below that is considered very low-carb, such as the ketogenic diet, while 100 to 200 g of carbohydrates per day is a moderate carb diet. Potential benefits of a low-carb diet. You probably hear the most about low-carb eating for weight loss, but for some people, the approach could also help optimize their health. Research shows that women who are obese or have metabolic problems may do better hormonally on lower carbs. Other outcomes of the diet can include better sleep, mental clarity, and increased satiety. When you cut back on carbs, blood sugar and insulin levels generally go down, which can be a good thing for A1C, or the 2 to 3 month average of blood sugar levels. This may also help with weight loss, another common goal for people with type 2 diabetes. These types of benefits may be reaped almost immediately. Past research shows that people who ate 3 lower carb meals, of less than 30% carbs each, reduced their insulin resistance by more than 30% compared with people who consumed higher carb meals, 60% carbs. Further research indicates that insulin resistance can be improved with a low-carb diet in just 1 month. You can see the results too. One small randomized clinical trial on older adults with obesity found that, compared with a low-fat diet, a very low-carb diet shaved off 3 times more visceral fat, a type of belly fat that hugs organs and is linked to disease. The low-carb group also lost 9.7% of total fat, compared with just 2% in the low-fat followers. A meta-analysis also concluded that in obese people, a low-carb diet reduced fat over the course of a year, but not body weight, with the greatest benefits seen in a very low-carb diet. Limitations of low-carb dieting. That said, there isn't an agreement that a low-carb diet is superior to any other kind of diet, or that it's healthier long-term. A review that looked at the diet among those with diabetes noted that when it comes to weight loss, a low-carb diet performs no better than other higher-carb diets, and that it doesn't produce better glycemic control either. Another report also found that over 1 year, those on a low-carb diet lost weight faster than those on a low-fat one. But after a year, weight loss and A1C levels, an average of blood glucose over about 3 months, were remarkably similar. Health risks of low-carb diets. What's more, low-carb diets may be risky for certain groups. If you're pregnant or nursing, following a low-carb diet isn't recommended, barring gestational diabetes, in which case, consult your healthcare team. Many women who are pregnant find that the thought of eating protein and fat makes them sick. This can be especially common in the first trimester. They naturally want more carbs. You should always listen to your body. Separate from pregnancy. Consider your lifestyle. If you're someone who does intense CrossFit-style workouts, a low-carb diet may not fuel you properly. And the things weighing on you matter too. Anyone in a stressful state, like a divorce or dealing with a death in the family, needs carbs to support their adrenal system. As for if you're dealing with health issues, defer to your doctor. For instance, if you have kidney disease, you also want to talk to your doctor about appropriate protein intake. If you have heart disease, you can still go low carb, but you're best off opting for monounsaturated fats, avocados, nuts, and olive oil, over saturated fats, butter, and red meat. Indeed, this holds true for everyone, regardless of heart disease status. Although there is some data that suggests a low-carb diet that contains more saturated fat than current recommendations did not increase bad LDL cholesterol, a risk factor for heart disease, you should still pay attention to the quality of foods in your low-carb diet. Everyone's cholesterol levels respond differently on a low-carb diet, so if yours are going up, switch to unsaturated sources of fats, Spritzler recommends. In general, this is a diet most people can do. If you have a chronic condition, work with a doctor who understands low-carbohydrate diets to monitor you, she adds. Last, if you have a history of eating disorders, A low-carb diet, or any eating plan that is restrictive, can be risky. Nutrition and mental health experts agree. Types of low-carb diets. Going low-carb looks different depending on which approach you're going with. Here are a handful you may consider. Keto diet. This is the strictest plan, requiring you to eat less than 50 g of carbs per day and up your fat intake significantly. You'll eat a moderate amount of protein. This is a popular weight loss diet. Traditional low-carb. This approach includes 50 to 100 g of carbs per day. This is where many people start because it's less restrictive than a keto diet meal plan, but can still deliver results. Atkins diet. The Atkins diet takes you through 4 phases, starting with very low-carb consumption, and then gradually introducing more carbohydrate-rich foods throughout. It's good for people who like a more structured plan. Dukan diet. This option also includes 4 phases, 2 weight loss and 2 maintenance. For instance, the first phase of the Dukan diet focuses on high-protein foods. The second adds vegetables back in. The third allows 2 celebration meals per week. And the fourth is about keeping your weight stable. Because you can follow the diet from the book, it also appeals to people who need a planned approach. Paleo diet. Just because the paleo diet eliminates grains doesn't mean it's low in carbs, especially if you eat root veggies, like sweet potatoes, and fruit. But it can be followed this way. Weight loss. Most people can lose weight if they limit calories and boost their physical activity. To lose 1 to 1.5 pounds, 0.5 to 0.7 kilograms, a week, you need to eat 500 to 750 fewer calories each day. Low-carb diets, especially very low-carb diets, may lead to greater short-term weight loss than low-fat diets. But most studies have found that at 12 or 24 months, the benefits of a low-carb diet aren't very large. Cutting calories and carbs may not be the only reason for weight loss with low-carb diets. Some studies show that you may shed some weight because the extra protein and fat help you feel full longer. Feeling full longer helps you eat less. Other benefits. Low-carb diets that focus on healthy sources of carbs, fat, and protein may help lower the risk of type 2 diabetes and heart disease. In fact, almost any diet that helps you shed excess weight may improve blood sugar and cholesterol levels, at least in the short term. While the jury is still out as to if a low-carb diet is superior to other plans for long-term weight loss and overall health, low-carb eating may be a springboard into greater health, especially if you're used to eating the standard American diet, which is high in processed fare and low in vegetables. That said, you don't have to jump in with both feet. Schmidt recommends trying to eat under 200 g of carbs a day initially, a moderate carb diet, and then adjusting lower based on how you feel. If you start paying attention to the carbs in your diet, you'll eat fewer processed foods. And it's those whole foods that are the basis of good health.